state may call its next witness.
Marion Lemons. I think when we left off with our last fact witnesses, before we moved into the expert witnesses, where we were at is that the team had found Quinton, right?
Yes.
And that was what day?
That was on November 18th.
Okay. In the days following November 18th, was the defendant interviewed one final time?
Yes, she was.
Before we get to that, I want to ask you kind of a few miscellaneous questions about some things.
Sure.
Okay. The first is a question about venue, and I may hit this, but I just want to make sure. Have you reviewed the indictment in this case?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen that it alleges a number of false statements on a number of different dates?
Yes, it does.
Are you aware of all of those statements and where they were made?
Yes.
And were they all made in Chatham County?
Yes, they were.
That's for every false statement charge in the indictment.
Correct, yes.
Okay. There has been an exhibit admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 62, Circle K footage.
Yes, sir.
And which one of the two trips that night would that footage have been from, the first or the second?
It's her first trip that night.
Now, have you reviewed that footage?
Yes, I have.
And is it fair to say that it includes a bunch of different camera angles?
Yes.
Is there a camera angle in which you can tell exactly what it is that she purchases?
Yes, there is.
And how is it that you can see exactly what it is that she purchases during that trip?
Yeah. So it faces, the camera angle faces the register as well as what is being rung up by the cashier. So you're actually seeing the receipt as it's actively being run up.
I'd like to display for you the portion of State's Exhibit 63 that I think you're talking about. So what I've done here is I've opened up the player that includes all this footage, and it's a whole bunch of camera angles, right?
Yes, it is.
In here, we've picked the register camera that you're talking about and made it full screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So sort of an overhead view of the register that she pays at?
Correct.
Okay. Can you tell us where on the screen we can see what it is that she purchases? And you can step down to do that.
Yep. So on the left,
Walk us through it line by line, please.
on the left side of the screen, you see like an itemized list of what's occurring with the register, as well as a quantity. So our targets are right here. We have a natural light 25-ounce can. The quantity's changed to 2 cans. And then we have the cigarillos green, quantity changed to 2. And then, the driver's license scanned, and that's the transaction for Leilani's purchase that night.
Can you tell us where we are in the timestamp here?
So the timestamp that we're paused at right now is 10:29 p.m. on the 4th of October.
All right. And I'm going to hit play from here and we'll just watch the transaction, okay?
Okay.
it moving or not? Did you hear what she said though?
I believe she asked for rellos or cigarettos.
Stop the playback at 10:31:22. Now, moving on to another miscellaneous item. Do you remember hearing Officer Schenker of the crime scene unit or forensics unit talking about the substance that was found in the back of the Dodge Journey?
Yes, I do.
Did you look back at the file to see whether you could figure anything out about what that was?
So in Schenker's testimony, and it was previously mentioned, we believed it was like a rice cereal. That's also what Miss Leilani told us it was.
All right. And have you prepared an exhibit to address this issue?
Yes.
I'd like to approach with what I've marked as State's Exhibit 94A and 94B.
Okay.
Do you recognize those two items?
Yes, I do.
Can you describe to us what they are?
Sure. 94A is going to be a PowerPoint of what 94B's printout is. It's a collection of photographs with the rice cereal.
Okay, so 94A is the disc, 94B is the printout of that?
Yes.
All right. I would introduce this in as 94A and B.
No objection, Your Honor.
94A, or admitted without objection.
Just need a moment here, Your Honor. think I've got this working right now, and I'm trying hard not to have to ask for a recess here, because we're in the home stretch, okay? What does this first slide here show?
So this is a photograph of the back of the Dodge Journey that was taken on 10/6, and it's kind of just displaying the rice cereal in the back of the vehicle.
Appears to be pretty evenly and widely distributed.
Yes, it is everywhere.
Moving to the next slide, what is this that we're going to see here?
This is just a short clip of the interview that we conducted on 10/5, where she's explaining what that is in the back of her vehicle.
Now, just to make sure we're clear here, the date stamp in the top left corner says 10/6. Can you just, I'm not trying to catch you, I just don't want anybody to be confused.
Yeah, it's the 10/5 interview, but it's early in the morning on 10/6, so technically it's the next day.
All right. Almost 5 minutes after midnight.
Yes.